How's everyone doing? There's not a lot of us, but hey, welcome to the stream. It's just getting warmed up with a couple tracks there. Of course, I'm going to wait to get a few more people going before I jump on the first track, which is going to be Sparks, which is so cool, man. See high focus sign Sparks, man. It's sorry, I just heard my dogs barking there. Yeah, man, I was like I was saying, I was so happy to see Sparks sign with high focus, and I had an opportunity to meet him very briefly when I was over there in April, and such a good dude, man. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. Hey, man, I mean, I couldn't think of a bunch of better cats to celebrate my birthday with. You guys have been there with me through thick and thin, through shitty days and good days, and you guys certainly have made a lot of my shitty days better days. I'll tell you that much. The music in itself often helps, because there'll be days where I wake up, man, and I am not in any way, shape, or form wanting to go on with my day, and by the time I get to work and I've got like 4 or 5 songs in my ears, man, it makes a day. Like I said, UK hip hop's the soundtrack of my life, man. It truly is. And you guys, man, every day you guys come, it makes me happy. Seriously, very grateful. You guys haven't seen. I got a new tattoo in celebration. Here, I'll see if I can move this down for you. Where is it? Oh my god! Can I see it? I can't even tell if you can see it. Let me move my camera. Hang on a second here. There we go. So I got that. I got that for obviously UK, but also for Underground Kings, man, because that's what I truly believe the music is. Guys represent underground hip hop like no other place on the planet, man. And I love it. I'll love it to the day I die. Guarantee that shit. So what do we got? We got 11 people on right now. Do you want to give it a few more minutes to say to 205? Jake was nice enough to let me know that there is a football game tonight. So I know some of you cats are going to want to get off. Maybe at the I guess it'd be 8 o'clock mark for you guys. I also have stuff to do tonight too, being my birthday, and so I'll probably go to an hour, and then you've only got 5 tracks, so figure go an hour, go through those 5 tracks, and if there's some people want to stick around and have a chat or whatever, man, I'll be here, do that for a little bit, and you know, see how it goes from there. And if nobody wants to stick around, I won't feel badly about that either, because I know what football is for you guys over there. NFL football is like that for me. Oddly enough, it's not hockey, although I do like hockey. But you see, NFL football is like that for me, where I just like I'm all for it. If my team's playing, it doesn't matter what else is happening. I'm going to be sitting there watching them. I don't think I've missed a game. I started watching them full time. I mean, I've been a fan since I was 8. Started watching them full time here because when I was 18, because you needed to be adult and all that shit to buy the streaming packages. Well, back then it wasn't streaming; it was on the TV. But my mom certainly wasn't going to pay $35 a month for that, so I had to be making some money. And since 18, I that's 31 years now, man. I haven't missed a game, so I get it. So I think someone just said here Yeah, 7:45 for Arsenal. So, yeah, man, like do that. Go do your thing, man. Charlie's birthday is tomorrow, man. Happy birthday, Charlie. You're welcome, Chester. Good to see you, Jim. Bunch of cats on here, man. A lot of familiar faces, man. That's the thing I love you cats showing up all the time, commenting on the videos. Um, it helps, man. And you know what? And I see that we have been growing a lot in the last little while. Like I think the jump from 3 to 4 thousand, that was like seamless compared to 1 to 2. 1 to 2 seemed like it took forever, uh, and then 3 to 4, it just like that. And now we're at almost 4.2K now, and it's crazy. So that means you cats are sharing stuff and telling people and getting more eyes on the music, right? So that's all we need. I love it, man. Every time I see somebody in the comments, especially someone from the UK who said that I introduced them to an artist, I didn't know this artist existed, or this artist is from my hometown, I didn't even know. I love that, man, because I mean that's another fan for that guy, right? Or that woman. So you gotta love that, man. You gotta love that. And for those who weren't on before, I was saying I absolutely love that Sparks sign with High Focus. It just seems like one of those. It was one of those marriages that was bound to happen eventually, right? And represented Manchester. Big ups for that, man. So hey, so it's 6 after. Oh yeah, man. Jester saying life went a bit sideways, but we back at it. Yeah, bro. It was good to see you too, man. When I was over in the UK, it was so good to see put faces to names um, and I hope and I'm going to do everything I possibly can to be back. I don't know if the High Focus birthday is going to be April or May, but I'm going to do my damnedest to be there for that. I mean, I can't imagine me missing that unless COVID goes sideways or the war in the Ukraine or whatever it is that goes sideways. Isn't it crazy actually to think when I was just about to go to UK last year was when the Ukraine shit started to happen, because I was thinking that motherfucker, man, he's gonna do something stupid and then they're gonna shut the air traffic down and I won't get over there. But he didn't, obviously. I made it, but so unless shit like that happens, man, I'll be there. I'll figure out the money thing, not an issue. So I got to be there for that. So, all right, man, let's jump in. Like I said, Sparks Overload match made in heaven. So let's just jump in, man. Give it a listen. Stand heavy, let them know the mojo. Just want to make sure everyone can hear that, hear the music and stuff, because I know in the past we had issues with me having my headphones plugged in. You cats couldn't hear it, so just let me know if there's an issue in the chat with the music. Oh, excellent. Let's keep going, man. And just I forgot to mention, but Sparks produced this as well. So. I'm happy, tell them hold your own. It's like this when we come around. See me run about, mix it another sound. Some are loving, some are myths, some are bugging out. See me wander in the mist, pick another route. Going the fuck about. Style them when I shine out, might kill them, try figure the guy's style out. Time slipping his style, and miss the man a tie down. Liar sinking entire gimmicks into the ground. Bare fire, put on try a lie in your shit. Kid are in session, them keep testing and don't learn. Bring blessing, but don't set it with no work. See the flows, hecky them, don't get it in slow burn. Shame still I make what I make till I make tail. We be making hits in the bits with the bass bill. Bro, the dude is so effortless. And that was the very first time I heard him was a mouse outfit. And then he was a young cat, man, and he was like 17, 18. And bro, the dude, the dude is so smooth. And I mean, it's almost like you can tell that he made this beat. Like this beat, he's so perfect with it, right? This sounds so great together. This flow, magnificent. It makes you want to move, man. Shit.
Style limits, the man are tied down. Liars sinking entire gimmicks into the ground. Bare fire, put them on trial. Lie in your shit, kid. Are in session, them keep testing and don't learn. Bring blessing, but don't set it with no work. See the flows, hecky, them don't get it in slow burn. Shame, still I make what I make till I make tail. We be making hits in the bits with the bass bill. Building up the scene and we keeping it neat still. Who go and test? Nobody fit try them tech ill. Sparkle with a bag of mantra. Merc rhythm, word precision, seeking out the answer. Better passing me, I rap it in a split with ganja. See me cooking up rhythm for me to rhyme the banter. Vibes up in a stanza. Yeah. Show the code. We get busy, those overload. Stand heavy, let them know the mojo. Fam hecky, tell them hold your own. It's like this when we come around. See me run about, mix, hit another sound. Some are loving, some are myths, some are bugging out. See me wandering the mist, pick another route. Going the fuck about. Cold cuts for them, I roll in a leng. Smoke float round my boat, overdone again. Be sober though a pen, but over for rent. Some over me, I'm over them, but I don't know pretend. No hocus pocus, I be on this real vibe.
That chorus is sick, man. This is a great track, man, and big shout out to Jake too, man, because I had to when I sent him the list of the songs I was going to do, and he was like, "Bro, you got to get Sparks on that list." Well, first he said either get him on that list or set it aside to do like a video all by itself, and. Yo, man, what a great way to kick this off. And I saw Dyke drop the new one too, man, which I could have added to, but I could just keep adding on to this list. But yo, man, good way to start this stream. And what I noticed too, I've seen a few videos now that have that. I don't even know how they do that. It's like that fish lens type of. It's like a 360, it's filming everything. It's trippy as balls, man. But it makes for a good video, that's for sure.
Some are bugging out. See me wandering the mist, pick another route. Going the fuck about. Cold cuts for them, I roll in a leng. Smoke float round my boat, overdone again. Be sober though a pen, but over for rent. Some over me, I'm over them, but I don't know pretend. No hocus pocus, I be on this real vibe. This ain't emotional, my motion is for me and mine. Forever keeping on reaping from what I sow. Yo, from embryo, many efforts forever shown. Trust, we make wins, create things to listen at. Fill it up, nice, so thrice, them and I feel lick it back. See me old mic, no fright, my eyes closing. Line tough, my rhyme boss, mine them wide open. Yo, coast to coast, in aura be all around. Sure of the ground, see me heading north homebound. No pressure to ghost, better know, zone on most. We hold vote, citywide, post to post, we tell them. Hey, show the code. We get busy, those overload. Stand heavy, let them know the mojo. Fam hecky, tell them hold your own. It's like this when we come around. See me run about, mix, hit another sound. Some are loving, some are myths, some are bugging out. See me wandering the mist, pick another route. Going the fuck about. Show the code. We get busy, those overload. Stand heavy, let them know the mojo. Fam hecky, tell them hold your own. It's like this when we come around. See me run about, mix, hit another sound. Some are loving, some are myths, some are bugging out. See me wandering the mist, pick another route. Going the fuck about.
Yo, it's funny because I saw a tweet today, oddly enough, where it was from an American guy talking about how whether or not hip hop has kind of gone stagnant, right? Like he was saying, in his mind, it says a lot that like the young kids don't seem to be keeping up with the older cats. I think that's kind of a general kind of statement, right? But because I can think of some young cats that we run to on the channel, right, that are absolutely killing it. But he's saying, you know, it hasn't gone backwards a little bit when you got the 30s and 40s and even 50-year-old rappers who are doing their thing better than the young cats. And I mean, I guess it's all kind of, in one way, I guess it's all kind of subjective, right? Because I get called an old head all the time because I talk shit about the mumble rap and stuff like that. The mumble rap. There goes like me saying the Facebook, not the mumble rap. Talking shit about mumble rap and just some of the stuff that gets I mean, the perfect example. So I'm upstairs and I'm waiting to come down here, and she always has the radio playing, and that Jack Harlow song comes on, and I'm listening to it, and I'm thinking, this fucking thing is just trash. Like there's absolutely nothing. Like I could see the chorus. The chorus was kitschy, right? So people want to hear that in their car, and they play that shit 50 times a day, and to me, if I didn't know who it was, it would sound like some cat who on YouTube is doing like a parody song, pretending he knew how to rap. So I think it's like when you're judging these old cats, and you notice too, in America too, a lot of old cats, man, are coming out of the woodwork, and I love that shit. But they're coming out of the woodwork, and I think it's unfair to I mean, any kind of job, right? I mean, I've been doing my job, the same job now for 25 years. Of course, I'm going to have some skill. I'm going to have some things that I could do more efficiently because I've been doing it for 25 years. And then some cat that just gets out of school, they may have some newer ways of doing things. Doesn't mean that my way's better, but my way is more skilled, or the skill that I've taken is more honed, I guess. But anyway, that's my little ramble. But since the way I brought that up was just the fact that, like I said, the first time I saw Sparks was when he was 17 or 18. The dude was all kinds of levels then, and now, I mean, you can just see it, right? The progression, the ease of it. It's just so simple for him. But hey, man, let me check this out. See what's going on in the chat. Hey, Billy Wiz, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Good to see you. All right, man. So next thing, as you can see on your screen, next one's going to be Jest and Lee Scott. Campbell and Algar, I'm guessing that's how you say it. Mariachi's on the production. This popped up as a request on the last Jest track I believe I did. I can't remember who asked for it, but if you're on the chat, congratulations. You're here for it. If not, I'll send you over if you ask about it. But anyway, let's jump in, man. And you cats know where I started with Lee. I was at a place where it's like I wasn't too sure if I dug him, and now every time I hear this cat, man, I just more and more respect, more and more I see his genius, man. Every single time I see him and hear him now, it's like I'm like, I see it, I understand. The dude is just a genius on so many levels, man. And what can you say about Jest, right? One of the top goats for sure. Let's go.
Underdressed like Hunter S at his blunted best. My hardest decision in life is skunk or cess. I get down like James Brown, the funky press. Reading my own reviews, screaming fuck the press. Getting drunk and depressed, I need something fresh. Before this...
Yo. Oh man. He writes the review and then he tells himself to fuck off. Yo, for that bass line reminds me a little bit of the Digital Underground bass line from Flown on the D Line. As soon as I heard it, man, I expected that second part to come in. If you haven't heard that track, man, make sure you look on YouTube for it. It's such a cool track. Yeah, and if you look it up and listen to it, you'll hear the bass line. You'll hear that how it starts. Definitely has that sound.
Underdressed like Hunter S at his blunted best. My hardest decision in life is skunk or cess. I get down like James Brown, the funky press. Reading my own reviews, screaming fuck the press. Getting drunk and depressed, I need something fresh. Before this lifestyle results in a sudden death, I'm feeling like a shrunken head in a pickle jar. Groucho Marx, glasses, mustache, big cigar. That's the story so far, I just skipped a part. My lady friend sneaked my beer into the cinema, but that's a common bar. From a rap snob You're a fat slob who should have been a hand job. I'm a gypsy, Hendrix had a band off and brought the clap.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
Slob who should have been a hand job. I'm a gypsy, Hendrix had a band off and brought the Kalashnikov to the Mexican standoff. Smoking the medicine with Gandalf, celebrating up north and representing down south.
That's a nice party, as the vibe Johnny. Lad, I'm mad cocky, I'm in Barry Grant's posse. Winning with a last minute jammy twice volley. Black Bobbies with 1,000 Gary Yabs on me. Uchi Wally, you be sorry, got the funk like Maury. When I think about it, that rhymes with something probably. Looking like a young Axl Rose. I don't do nothing, I just sit back and pose. I'm stingy when it comes to giving shits. The Noam Chomsky of idiots. The stupid vision of Einstein. Or 3.141 blah blah 59 of the pie's mine. Don't understand that line, fine, neither do I. I greet you with bye high when I leave on a slide. To bunk an Uber taxi. You can't read me on writing like Luca Brazzi. That's why I might seem dazed.
God damn, there's so much going on in that part of his verse. I'm bringing it back. I don't care. Bro, he fits so much in there.
Just sit back and pose. I'm stingy when it comes to giving shits. The Noam Chomsky of idiots. The stupid vision of Einstein. Or 3.141 blah blah 59 of the pie's mine. Don't understand that line, fine, neither do I. I greet you with bye high when I leave on a slide. To bunk an Uber taxi. You can't read me on writing like Luca Brazzi. That's why I might seem dazed. Acid rain stains hit me whitey beige. But I walk around town like it's Sam. I might be living in hell, but I'm nice enough to invite you round.
The boy got bars, he really sell the bars. Getting down with your Marge to some elder barge. Or maybe your aunt, I can't tell them apart. Flash shit, I put the tail feather in the dark. Dressing like a 9-5 era ever lost. And to think they said this rap shit would never last. Why everybody wanna rap hella fast? I'm in the bath with a copy of the Telegraph. Hot body in the lobby.
Yo, what was I just saying, man? We were talking about that, I was talking about that tweet, man. Guys saying, Jest is saying, like, they're saying it would never last, and they certainly did, and they always thought that this was like a passing phase. I even remember that way back in the day, man, when I first started listening. There's just like, everyone just considered it was, oh, it's just going to be one of those things that come and goes. It's just, you know, just what was popular for a moment, right? And I guess like everything else, it evolves, right? And they did go through that stage where everyone did that fast thing, and I even had that. I had that phase where it's like I was listening to Twista and you know, even Tech Nine and like cats like that, and it just now I hear it when it's done now in more of a kind of like an add-on more than. I mean, I'd have a hard time picking up an album now that is just a cat beginning to end rapping stupid fast. Like, I'd get no enjoyment out of that whatsoever. But there are people, man, that just like they would see this and be like, it's too slow, whatever, man. But I'd much rather this with substance and I mean, the things that these guys are fitting into this bar, and it's funny that I brought up Digital Underground too, because he was dressed like a little bit like Humpty Hump, because he dressed like Groucho Marx too, but with the fake nose, glasses, the scar. But yeah, man, this is a cool track.
Flash shit, I put the tail feather in the dark. Dressing like a 9-5 era ever lost. And to think they said this rap shit would never last. Why everybody wanna rap hella fast? I'm in the bath with a copy of the Telegraph. Hot body in the lobby, tell them send the arse. I study Frank TJ Mackey seminars and art house flicks in bourgeois cinemas. On the flip, slick Rick sitting in my car. I'm a king like Kubla Khan. Pull the strap gat batch. Didn't make the gat clap, I pinged the bra. So pin that on your corkboard and do the math like the teacher with the chalkboard. The drifter's back under the boardwalk, steady getting internet paper the way I talk.
SW pound sign G. Just let the crazy round eye be. My shit's a shit's on your best song. Read between the lines, it says fuck you, spelt wrong.
My shittiest shits on your best song. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh man, I didn't even realize that too, that fast bar where he's talking about all these people want to rap fast, but I'm gonna sit in the bath with a telegraph. Come on, man, that wordplay. Come on.
Under the boardwalk, steady getting internet paper the way I talk.
SW pound sign G. Just let the crazy round eye be. My shit's a shit's on your best song. Read between the lines, it says fuck you, spelt wrong. But wrong's the new right. I wear me sunnies in the night cause the moonlight's too bright. Hush, I make your mother F and mother blush. Forget the lean, I sip a Sprite for the sugar rush. And then it hit me like a blunt of kush, or a sucker punch to the grid. You can't fuck with the kid. I can't believe he just done what he did when he done it. Dumb shit.
Oh.
Okay. Sweat. Infinite sweat. So much sweat. It counts as
Oh man, that was fun. Oh man. Man, we got some good tracks coming today, man. Yeah, let me check out what's going on. Lomax, man, thanks for stopping by. Thanks again, man, for everyone with the birthday wishes. I know I probably missed a few. It's hard for me to keep track on at the same time, the chat at the same time as the music. Yeah, I've been meaning to check out some of that group stuff. I don't think I've done anything. And that group is actually Lee Scott and Jest, right? Unless is there another person with that, or are there multiple people? I'm not too sure, but I do have a few of their tracks on my list to get to. Just one of those things, man. I've got so many right now that I'm almost up to 700 now. So like I really, other than a track, like you cats know who are in that list, right? If someone drops a track that day and I'm able to film, I'm not at work, I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to do that track. Like I didn't get to do Dyke because I was at work and I couldn't do it before work. But when it comes to the other list, man, I mean, there's lots of huge names on that list, and there's also a bunch of young cats that not a whole lot of people have heard. And at this point, it's just like a lottery. Like I tell people that, man, it's a lottery at this point. I spin my mouse and then I stop, and what that is, whatever track that is, I get to. And I know it's not the best for people having to wait sometimes, but I mean, like I said, close to 700 tracks, man. So do what I can. I am going to try, have a couple things I'm going to try to do coming up. Not too sure if I'm going to do it as a live or if I'm going to do like on a premiere. You can like you can film or release a video, and then in the premiere you can chat with the people who are watching it. I kind of have a feeling like that might be an easier way, because that way I can spend more time actually engaged in the chat. And what I was thinking about doing is calling it like Coffee with Dad or something. And that's how I would do the same thing. I would have like 5 tracks, film a reaction to the 5 tracks, put it into one video, release it, and then we can all kind of watch it together as a premiere. Or I can do it live, but I just feel like I don't get a lot of, I can't engage a whole lot in a live, just because it's like the text or the comments are going, and often I miss them. So, so give that some thought. And also I want to get more Sweet 16s up too, because there are I get a lot of young up and coming artists that send me their stuff. And I find the Sweet 16 is a great way of getting those artists out and getting eyeballs on them, without having to say to them, well, you got to wait a year and a half, maybe. I mean, I have stuff on there from 2 years ago. So, yeah, man. So this one here, it's funny because Capri Sun, I think I'm saying that right. I was asked to do a Capri Sun track when I did the CL Brooks. Because I was being asked to do CL Brooks a lot, and I hadn't had him on the channel yet. So, and then someone recommended I check out Capri Sun, and just happens to be Verbs and Mr. Slips, man. Batman and Robin together with Capri Sun. Tracks called Pass Through. So I added it on here, man. I love me some Verbs and Mr. Slips, and great guys, man. Great guys too. So, let's jump in, see what they got for us.
Find me missing, I ain't coming back. Now I'm truly chatting shit, but I ain't done with rap. Running tracks, we old school like the thunderclap. You know who, we old school like the Thundercats. Turn your whole crew running when we dumping crack. Give us a roll.
Yo, man, I love the Thundercats. The kick on this beat, man. I mean, Slips, I love Slips because he has his lane, right? And I mean, from what I've heard anyway, I haven't heard everything obviously that Slips has done, but his recent stuff, man, he's got his lane, and a little bit of that jazzy type of feel to it, that's why I say him and Verbs are Batman and Robin, man, because these guys, the dynamic duo for sure, they're meant to be together, these guys. And but this kick, man, I feel this kick. This is nice.
Find me missing, I ain't coming back. Now I'm truly chatting shit, but I ain't done with rap. Running tracks, we old school like the thunderclap. You know who, we old school like the Thundercats. Turn your whole crew running when we dumping crack. Give us a roll. The sun is back, but ain't summer. I woke from my slumber, now I'm focused on the come up. Little fucker, come the fuck up out my face if ain't commas. And heads wanna know when the album dropping. I've been on the low, dealing with 1,000 problems. Apologies, it's been slow, still you bound to cop it. And if I'm being honest, I ain't about the profit. Cause I ain't seen much, so I ain't counting nothing. But my trust in what I speak and those who fuck with it. Done.
Bro, he's speaking. Yo, nice wordplay on it too, right? Not in it for the profit, because he ain't seen nothing, he ain't counting on it. Like, nice wordplay on that, man. And I think I just missed it here, or something about saying like he fucks with the cats that fuck with him, right? Man, this buttery. The dude's always butter with it, man. This smooth as shit, this cat.
Apologies, it's been slow, still you bound to cop it. And if I'm being honest, I ain't about the profit.
cause I ain't seen much, so I don't count on nothing. But my trust in what I speak and those who fuck with it. Done did it from a kid up in the slums, chilling where we numb, chase funds or glum with the same
Yo,
feelings.
stash loot, cash trains pass through mad wave. We stack currency for fun, sold the bag straight.
Grab max, smash takes, keep a couple grams weight. Slave to these lands, chase bands and get cash made.
Yo, stash loot, cash trains pass through mad wave. We stack currency for fun, sold the bag straight.
Grab max, smash takes, keep a couple grams weight. Slave to these lands, chase bands and get cash made.
Yo, wrist flick saucy with the water glass, proper cash. People walking over blotter taps, all it last. Summer passing, throwing on the side of my house. Got some notes, torching earth cones, time for myself. Sliding them out, I ride 5 in the count. Stay at home most days, so I'm trying to bounce. Hiding an ounce, moving the puffy and shit. Spilling rose, new, straight chugging and flip. Blue moonlight smothered the kid. Left my telephone at home, homie puffing the cig. Yo, couple bands in the luggage of me. See me walking through slide type gully and sick. Yo, I admit I'm not suddenly miss. Fiends trying to get a bit, yo, the cutlery swift. Yo, kickstones having supper and piss. They drunk sipping gin, trying to funnel some chips. Yo, stash loot, cash trains pass through mad wave. We stack currency for fun, sold the bag straight.
Grab max, smash takes, keep a couple grams weight. Slave to these lands, chase bands and get cash made.
Yo, stash loot, cash trains pass through mad wave. We stack currency for fun, sold the bag straight.
Grab max, smash takes, keep a couple grams weight. Slave to these lands, chase bands and get cash made.
These dudes, man, they never miss these cats. Like I said, Batman and Robin, these guys, man, they're made to work together. And cool introduction to Capri Sun too, right? I mean, he kind of fit right in with that type of flow and sound that Slips put down, that jazzy, laid back, man. I like how they did the chorus too, that back and forth. You cats know, man, I love it when artists go back and forth like that. It always makes me smile. But yeah, Dean's saying it's showing that UK is dropping bombs fast, man. Yeah, shit. I mean, the argument is there is that some people say there's too many artists, not enough fans, man. Hey, sometimes that it does feel that way, because I get so much stuff, man, and I just wish there was more people out there buying it and loving it and giving it the attention it deserves, man. That's definitely true. So what are we looking at for time here? We got it'll be 7:37 for you cats, man. Some people were saying they were leaving at 7:45. Got time for another one before we start losing some cats. Hey man, thanks for the birthday wishes. So this one, Res 1, Blabbermouth, Wreckin' Shit, produced by Truffle. I got Blabbermouth on the channel for the first time a couple weeks ago, man. Damn, that was I was impressed. Actually, it wasn't just Blabbermouth, it was their group, and God forbid I remember that I remember that group's name. Shit, you know who it is. Anyway, him and the Tan, I think it's N-Tan or whatever. That shit was hard, man. I was smiling all day after listening to that track. But we're going to jump on this one. You know how much I love Rez, man. I'm all about split profits. My Leaf Dog, I think it was Leaf Dog, put on Instagram saying that who should the Four Owls feature on the next album? And I said, split profits, man. Get like a 6-minute song, no chorus, just there we go. Thanks, Jake. Get like a 6 minutes, 5, 6, 7 minute song, no chorus, and just everybody from Split Profits. everybody from the 4 Owls and what the hell, man, throw Ill-Informed on the production, and bro, that would be like, that's the song I need. That's the song I need in my life, because as far as I know, I mean, they have featured individual artists on each of their stuff, but I haven't come across a track, and I've searched high and low for that, man. I need a Split Profits 4 Owls track, that's for sure. But that's not what we have in here. We have Res 1 and Blabbermouth. So let's jump in on this one. And this section, Red, man, this is one of my favorite openings. I just love it. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is. It's just one of these things that makes me smile every time.
That's that flare. See it? Kind of a green mist. It's getting closer. You see it, Bermuda? Come in, Bermuda. Houston, come in. What's going on?
Split Profits, Mr. Blabbermouth, Rest 1. What? Check it out, y'all. That's how we get down. We wrecking shit, bud. We wrecking shit, bud. We wrecking shit, y'all. We wrecking shit, y'all. They hear me rockin' the river, these flows loud like what? Now, but when your blasters in your headphones shit be blowing them fucking brains out. Too much rhymes, but I got you cold, they be running out my nose, y'all. So some of them might ask me, where the hell I get my step right? What you hear with this is a practice tracks, but even you cool with scratches, with stitches, with rappers, positions, be spitting the sharpest lyricism, infinite, get ready to flame up.
Bro, every so often, I go through stages where I'm at work, and I'm like, I gotta listen to Lords of the Underground, I have to listen to Few Snickens, and I just go back and listen to that shit. And everything about this track, everything, man. The production, the way Blabbermouth does that flip of the tongue thing that he does. This feels like I'm in high school again. Listen to those cats, man. Because there was a point in my life where it's like I just went between Lords of the Underground, Few Snickens, and Smith & Wesson. It's just like back and forth. And then I get a little bit of Black Moon in there too. But it was just like, that's all I listened to, man. I just, if they were tapes, I would have burned the shit out of those tapes, man. But this is like one CD to the next. It's back and forth, back and forth. Like, this, sometimes you need this, man. They got the scratching in there. Come on.
You wrecking shit, y'all. They hear me rockin' the river, these flows loud like what? Now, but when your blasters in your headphones shit be blowing them fucking brains out. Too much rhymes, but I got you cold, they be running out my nose, y'all. So some of them might ask me, where the hell I get my step right? What you hear with this is a practice tracks, but even you cool with scratches, with stitches, with rappers, positions, be spitting the sharpest lyricism, infinite, get ready to flame on. Set the mic on fire, lyrical napalm. Burn your face off, this ain't Nick Cage. They call me Lord of War, so all them wannabes got their work cut out forward. Trying to compete with this, I wish them luck. What? We dropping these jewels on them, Miss Blabber and Rest 1. Come and get some, you dumb fucks is done. Schooling these fools, and now we do it proper while sipping some rep rum. For any MC who want it, a showman. Proof to these suckers, the shit was whack before they wrote it down. We spitting lyrics and flows like fatal blows to your dome. Never kicking the filler, we're taking shows to the road. Always heavy with pros, set on letting you know we ready for whatever. Soon as we step into the cypher, it's on. Spitting lyrics and flows like fatal blows to your dome. Never kicking the filler, we taking shows to the road. Always heavy with pros, set on letting you know we let the stress up in the session. Step and wreck it in the minute. I step in the booth or on stage.
I gotta hear that again. What did I just say about the back and forth with the MCs, right? Love that shit. Yeah, man, Das Effects, fucking right. Those dudes, man. I love Das Effects. Lords of the Underground, Das Effects, Few Snickens. I mean, yeah. I'm bringing this back because I want to hear this chorus again. It's sick the way they're doing that, finishing each other's sentences or sandwiches, depending on what, you know, that old comedic thing. That anyway, let's go.
We spitting lyrics and flows like fatal blows to your dome. Never kicking the filler, we're taking shows to the road. Always heavy with pros, set on letting you know we ready for whatever. Soon as we step into the cypher, it's on. Spitting lyrics and flows like fatal blows to your dome. Never kicking the filler, we taking shows to the road. Always heavy with pros, set on letting you know we let the stress up in the session. Step and wreck it in the minute. I step in the
the booth or on stage, I'm letting it loose. The truths I'm putting in my life, like my neck in the loops. The true check, I want two. Now who's listening? Real spitters and still hitters, the true written-ins. The true city kings, like before and after. From diggers to breakers, spitters to scratches and graphers to school they mark up. We bring the art to pocket stashes and rappers who hold it down, but the masses don't really know the half. Cause I know the masters, or at least some that came before us. They're back in it too, we're known to blow the bloody doors off. Michael Caine sawn off, hip-hop got La Carter. Finest bar masters, quick to pot the cork off. We'll lock the talk off if you're grabbing the mic. Trying to battle, reciting shite rhymes, flatter than lines. Me and Blabber create the tracks to stick at the back of your mind. Classic refined, spin it back, rewind, rapping its prime. We spitting lyrics and flows like fatal blows to your dome, never kicking the
Say that shit again, Rez.
the cork off. We'll lock the talk off if you're grabbing the mic. Trying to battle, reciting shite rhymes, flatter than lines. Me and Blabber create the tracks to stick at the back of your mind. Classic refined, spin it back, rewind, rapping its prime. We spitting lyrics and flows like fatal blows to your dome, never kicking the filler. We're taking shows to the road, always heavy with pros. Set on letting you know we ready for whatever. Soon as we step into the cypher, it's on. Spitting lyrics and flows like fatal blows to your dome, never kicking the filler. We taking shows to the road, always heavy with pros. Set on letting you know we let the stress up in the session, stepping back it and go.
Come around and lock you out position.
Never front, not do work, believe that.
Turn off the mic and put the DJ on the fader. Come around and lock you out position.
Never front, not do work, believe that.
Turn off the mic and put the DJ on the fader.
Yo, man, I didn't, because this is off Rez's first album. Shit, I didn't realize it was that old. That's a cool track, man. I was gonna say he looked young, but I didn't think it was from that way back, man. What's going on now here? I don't take Big Tim. I don't take. I don't know if anyone's answered you, but I don't take requests on the lives only because we try to keep it like this, so we're not. We get a bunch of people shouting out different things they want to see, and then I miss stuff. So we always come up with a quick 5, depending on how long we plan on being here. We do like 5 or 10 videos. But if you stick around or whatever, if you happen to be around, I'm going to be on here till probably, say, yeah, that's right, Jim. I'll be here. What is it? It's almost 8 o'clock for you cats. Like I'm be on here to like 8:30. I know a bunch of you are going to go. Do I take bribes? Okay. No, I don't take bribes. Hey, for those that saw the Witness the Fitness one, yo, man, that was some funny shit. It helped too that I was like, was I 3 beers deep at that point? I think that was one of the funniest things, man. Watching Roots Manuba just drag that kid down dragging him down the field in that 3-legged race. Oh fuck, that was so funny. Holy shit. Oh man, it gets me every time. Oh man. Yo man, so is anyone sticking around for the last track, or what do you say? I'm gonna do Tenchu and Ill Move Sporadic. All right, man. So this is I believe this is my first time hearing Tenchu. Although the name, this track's called Zero Gravity. My apologies. But the name, as soon as I saw the name, I recognized it. So I don't know if I've had him on another track with somebody else. And if I have, I apologize for saying it. It's my first time. But like I said, this is my first time doing one of his tracks anyway. So let's just jump in, see what he's got for us. And it says Chaos Black, so I don't know if that's the name of their group or maybe these cats have an album coming out. I'm guessing it's the name of their group together, but. Jake's saying he's a dope battle rapper and nobody flips it like Tenchu. Yeah, man. I mean, when I showed Jake the list, he was like excited because I finally was getting around to him. And I haven't seen a whole lot of that don't flop stuff, man. Even though I do have a video on there that I've been meaning to get to a long time of Lunar C's funniest don't flop moments. So I know that's probably something that I need to get around to. But all right, man, let's jump in and see what Tenchu's got for us.
Yeah. Zero gravity. Elite level. I'm Parker penning the bars of death for the Armageddon. Sparking L for departed legends who are in heaven. Scars are left from the sparring session, karate lessons. The harmful weapon, the sharp effect of a dart of venom. Noble monarch, I'm known to rock with the code of honor. An open offer to vocal box, but no one bothers. Closely hover like lower choppers for golden collars. Flow is hotter, the whole thermometer blow upon ya. Storyteller, I cause a tremor, I'm stormy weather. I'm water pressure, a warlike predator, Schwarzenegger. Flawless method, the thought developing more than ever. Recording records is altogether my sport and leisure. I'm motivated, get blown away if you're overrated.
Bro is too smooth with it, man. Too smooth, this cat. And that vocal in the back, it just suits his style right now. This track, effortless with it, man. Just so smooth. I'm bringing it back a bit here.
Thermometer blow upon ya. Storyteller, I cause a tremor, I'm stormy weather. I'm water pressure, a warlike predator, Schwarzenegger. Flawless method, the thought developing more than ever. Recording records is altogether my sport and leisure. I'm motivated, get blown away if you're overrated. Flow can basically go for ages, I'm bloviated. No one stated or spoke your name, we only shaded. Smoke the main Homo sapiens associated. Pussy-o, you sugar-coated, I'm fully focused. I look the closest for crooked motives you wouldn't notice. Shook on road, but took the road that your hood devoted. You wouldn't know how to pull a coat with bullets loaded. You lack the credit, you had to beg it, a camera menace. The battle's epic, I'm parallel to a match of tennis. I'm at my zenith, a rapper dead in a shattered wreckage. There's paramedics with anesthetic and antiseptic. We don't abide by the rules, now we make our own. We've been provided a jewel, yo, the mind is a tool. We don't abide by the rules, yeah, let it be known. Keep your eye on the ball, yo, the mind is a tool. We don't abide by the rules. What? Tenors and IMS. We've been provided a jewel, yo, the mind is a tool. We don't abide by the rules. And I'ma let you know now. Keep your eye on the ball, yo, the mind is a tool. We're chilling settled, I'm kicking pebbles at sinful devils. The intellectual vision level considered neckle. Get the shekels, the hidden emeralds, Olympic medals. The fist of peril, the skill is trebled, I'm liquid metal. Mr. Slaughter, you're misinformed of the mystic aura. From misty quarters, you've missed this for the missile launcher. Mr. Corners, your shit is corny, the click ignore ya. My shit in order, commit the torture with dripping water. Your bodyguard will get bodied harder than body armor. Watch the master, I swallow comets and vomit lava. Hot as Ghana, a Guatemala and Tropicana. The top commander, the god of bars, I'm a common answer. Told you lawful to blow my snorkel, I'm so informal. The code of morals, I'm holy lord to you lowly mortals. Solar corporal, I slowly morph you to broken morsels. Flow ain't normal, it's ocean coral at open portals. Get to know, to local rappers and vocal gamma. The tone Montana, I own a manner, persona shatters. I'm rolling madder than modem hackers, solving matters. I'm cloak and dagger like photo cameras. I a big brother, I did a session in 7 seconds. My cerebellum's the 7-7 terror weapon. Never threatened, your record selling, I'm effervescent. Blood is your mental setting in hell or heaven. We don't abide by the rules, now we make our own. We've been provided a jewel, yo, the mind is a tool. We don't abide by the rules, yeah, let it be known. Keep your eye on the ball, yo, the mind is a tool. We don't abide by the rules. What? Tenors and IMS. We've been provided a jewel, yo, the mind is a tool. We don't abide by the rules. And I'ma let you know now. Keep your eye on the ball, yo, the mind is a tool. Yo, the mind is a tool. Yo, the mind is a tool, yeah.
Yo, the mind is a tool, we out of here. And this applies to us all. Off we go. Tenchu, the assassin. Once again, ever victorious. In the reunion with Ill Move Sporadic. Once again, alien DNA.
Yo, man, you can tell that he's got that battle rap in him, right? Because every single one of his bars kind of feels like it was delivered with a certain punch to it, and it's the way he pronounced it. Of course, I can't pronounce the word I need to say. The way he delivered, because I'm not going to try. I'm not making a fool of myself. The way he delivered each word. It was just done in a way that it had a little bit of a punch, man, and then each individual bar together came as a punch. Like it just had that, not necessarily the content, but the way it was delivered, it had that feel, man. I could see him, like I could see the battle rap in it, right? Just the way it was punch after punch after punch, man. That's a cool track. And like you catch are saying, man, the dude's a legend, been around a long time. Thanks, Ben, for the happy birthday. Thanks to everyone that said it and I missed it. I apologize. So the football starts in 5 minutes. See, we've been slowly losing viewers, so I'm guessing they're all taking off and checking that, man. Dean saying I've never heard of before. Hey, man, that's what I said. This is what's great about this channel, and that's why I do it. Because every day I find a new artist. Well, not every day, I guess, because I don't do a new artist every day, but it feels like at least once a week or a couple times a week I come across somebody I never heard of. I mean, this one here, I got Tenchu, Capri Sun. I think that's it. I think everyone else I've done, but like Blabbermouth, I've only done one. So it's great that we can, by doing this, we can continue to find artists, right? I mean, especially people who are in the scene and love the scene and actively search out music. And when they come to the channel and they find somebody they didn't know about. I mean, if you haven't checked out my last video, the Sleep Cousins track, that's like another cat, a young cat. The track is dope. And he's like probably a guy that a lot of you don't know about. And he deserves some eyes on him, man. So give that a look. But and for those that missed it too, I did have issues with the new Upfront track, and so it was posted, and then 5 days later it finally went live. So you'd have to go back 5 days if you want to check it out. But that track, Upfront and Bad Habits, man, like I was saying about Split Profits before, that track is this madness. I really enjoyed that track. Upfront's a technician anyway, and Bad Habits, I've been listening to Bad Habits, his beat tape. I listen to Bad Habits and Ill Informed, their beat tapes a lot when I'm working, because it just has that, the type of background, because I'm, depending on what kind of work I'm doing, if I'm doing graphic design, then I can have the lyrics. But if I'm writing, then I can't have any vocals at all, because I start to write what I'm hearing, oddly enough. But like I said, it's my soundtrack to my life, man. So if you haven't checked that one out, make sure you go check that out. And what do you want to do now, Cass? That was the last video I had on the list. What were you thinking, Big Tim? What were you thinking of your request? Is it an artist that we've all heard of? If you're still around. Thanks, Joshua. I had to buy a new fridge. My fridge decided to piss off, and so I had to get a new fridge. And then, anyway, long story short, it took a lot longer to get it than I thought it was going to. And now it's a new fridge with a new water thing that makes ice. Doesn't make water, but it makes ice. And I don't know if this is my whiskey that tastes gross today, or if this was like the weird filtered water making the ice cubes that taste weird. I mean, I drank it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It has a weird taste to it, but yeah, I think it's the water. Hey, yeah, Joshua. I mean, to me, it's probably I probably am too far. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say too far. Perhaps I have blinders on when it comes to the UK hip hop because it's the only thing I listen to. I almost like now. Having said that, I checked out the new Macklemore premiere track because Leaf Dog shared it on. I wouldn't have even known about it, but Leaf Dog shared it on his Instagram because I know he's a big Primo guy. So I went to check it out, having kind of mixed expectations because I mean Macklemore could be corny as hell, or he can actually he's a good artist. But that track's cool, man, and it was cool hearing like it was a little bit of that storytelling too, which I always have time for a story in hip hop, man, and the story of him growing up and the people he was around and I thought he had grown up in Seattle, but he's talking about growing up in New York. So it's a cool track, man. If you haven't heard it, make sure you go check it out. But what I was saying is like I'm other than the stuff that I'm kind of forced to listen to when it comes on the radio, or it's I don't have TikTok, but I hear my daughter's on TikTok. I don't hear anything. I don't hear the American stuff except for the stuff that's constantly stuffed in my face, right? And I know Drake is Canadian, but I hear Drake all the time. I hear Rizzo and like all the artists that they want to push down our throat is the people that I hear because the radio's on for work. But otherwise, I don't listen to anything Canadian or anything North American for that matter. But yeah, you guys do have like a really diverse community, right? And that's what like I really love. That's what I said to somebody at the beginning. It's like we have like a diverse group of artists here, and I don't mean diverse in terms of background, but diverse in terms of style. Like each one of those tracks felt completely different, right? I mean, they each had their own flavor, their own sound. They all came. I mean, Res One and Blabbermouth took us back to the '90s, and then you had Sparks there at the beginning, which had a little bit of that 2000, like mid 2000s feel, early 2000s feel to it. So it's like each artist completely different, man. And that's why I the level of skill over there and the diversity of the skill is just amazing. There's so many people that have been doing it a long time, right? And have become just master craftsmen of it. Is how can you not love it, right? I haven't actually checked out any Harry Mack, believe it or not. I keep seeing him popping up on YouTube, doing his like whatever the hell that's called, where he goes on and he goes to person and he raps to them online, like a FaceTime type of thing. Thanks, man. I don't think I've heard of Decca either. Is that how you say it, Decca? There you go. Yeah, thanks, Chester. I'm not going to pronounce this, so don't ask me. Hey, man, I'll definitely write it down. I'll write it down now, and I'll check it out for sure. No, it's funny. I was on. I was on the new. Oh, can't remember what track it was now. but I saw I was adding it to my list, and then I saw someone talking shit about UK hip hop, and I was just like, I started typing a reaction or like a response to that, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need a bunch of idiots showing over on my channel starting shit, because we have a pretty great community here. I think we've only had one issue in 3 years, like where we had to actually kind of get in the middle of it, but everyone tends to be like, really good to each other, and I mean, because we're all here for the same reason, right? So it's nice that there isn't a bunch of shit going on in there's disagreements, but there's conversation, right? Conversation about it, not a bunch of people. I mean, you go to some of these other people, go to an American track that came out recently, and you see some of the comments, and then they just can't, you can't like somebody. If you like a track, someone comes over and starts talking shit to you because you like a Hobson track, and about how he's this and he's that and he's a whatever, and then they start telling each other to go fuck themselves, and someone tells another person, I hope you get cancer, and another one to go kill yourself. Like, really? This is this is where we are in 2023, telling people I hope you get cancer because you like a track and I don't think you should like a track. Like, man, what the hell's wrong with people? Yeah, man, I've got Granville Sessions on my list, and I got T. My thoughts on T. Yeah, man, I've only done one track, I think. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Is it Super T or Suppa T? I know. Either way, again, I've only had him on once, right? So I don't have a lot of thoughts about that, and but I remember him being dope. I remember that much. But there's so many artists that from the past, man, that I haven't even, like, I've had Kalash on a few times. I think I've only done 1 or 2 Rodney P tracks. So I mean, and I know there's even further back, right? I mean, there's lots that I haven't touched on. So I know there's a lot more I need to get to, and I mean, I guess that's something too that I need to I guess get the feelers out too, and see where the community is and how you guys want me to progress, right? If you want me to do more, go deeper back, and kind of like kind of like how I did like that Blah week, maybe do a week where I just go back and do everything before say 1995 or something, and just get to artists that I haven't got to. If that's something you guys would want me to do, I mean, I could do that. Yeah, Jester saying history sessions. Yeah, man. I mean, maybe that's something that we can do. Just to find some artists, right? Because the people say, "Oh, you haven't done this guy." Like, I don't even know about some of these guys, right? And they get said to me in passing, and then it just kind of goes, it gets left at the wayside, unfortunately. Yeah, the Sun Dragon. Yeah, sure, Sun Dragon. Haven't we? I think we did All Live. It's All Live, did we not? I think that's when I've heard him. That certainly sounds familiar. Yeah, I mean, Jester saying, man, like, the world is so freaking crazy that it becomes, we see it so much, we hear it so much that it just becomes normal behavior, right? To treat other people that way, which is just madness to me, that's where we are. I mean, you see it in sports too, right? I mean, I've heard the odd thing from over there where somebody misses a penalty kick or some shit, and people lose their minds about it. And I've seen it here where somebody misses a field goal to lose the game in the playoffs, and someone goes in and it's like, I hope your kid dies in a car accident. Like, what the fuck, man? It's I mean, I live and die with my football team, but never ever have I ever thought about going on and telling a guy that I hope his kids die. Like, fuck. No, I have not heard it's not a game from Sly Moon and Sniff. I did see it drop, and I immediately added it to my list, so it will get on there. And yes, Jake reminded me, Sun Dragon was a cat that I kept saying reminded me of Jest. I actually, the first time I heard him, I thought I was listening to a Jest verse. It was that close for me, and I don't know if I heard it now, if I could tell the difference, because I've heard so much. That was early, man. I think that was early in this journey. So I think I think it may have been a little bit too new for me, and I know too. There's a lot of stuff. I know I've said this before, but there's a lot of stuff that I wish I kind of held back on, that I got to reacting to way too early, and I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready for some of the shit that I got into, man. That's for sure. And now I feel like I could give it the attention that it deserves. Before, my palate was not refined, man. I was still having a lot of trouble with some of the accents and some of the slang and shit like that. Now I feel like it's funny now. I listen to an American track off and on, and it feels foreign to me to listen to that compared to the UK stuff. So. I think there was Jester saying that there's somebody else that I thought sounded like Jest, and I think you're right. Somebody tells me it was not that long ago, either. Mr. Traumatic needs more. Yeah, I agree about that. That's another cat that I've added a bunch of stuff and just never got around to it. No, I did Cindy's Man on that one track. I didn't feel like he sounded like Jest. He was on the Jest track, but yeah, I didn't feel like that. Someone said something about the throwbacks, yeah. Yeah, like how I used to do the throwback. I used to do the throwback Thursdays more often, and maybe that's something I'll get back to. But we'll definitely do an all week where it's throwback week, history sessions, or it could be called history lessons too, because it'd be a lesson for me. That's for damn sure. On everything before 1995. I'll put something out too on the channel, and people can comment and give me some tracks that are highly recommended, or fall into that thing where it's a must listen. Like if I'm going to do an a week all the old hip hop, that's a track that if I don't do it, it's criminal if I don't get to that track. So I'll make sure I put that up, and you guys can leave that or leave those messages for me. Tommy Evans, yes, another cat we've had on here a few times, not enough. Gunshot, Sound of Noise, Hijack, Hard Noise, Killer Instinct, London Posse. Yeah, More Foreign Beggars. You know what? I don't think I've done any of that 10-pound bag stuff. I know Pharma dropped that last year, or it might have been, yeah, I think it was 2022 he dropped that. I haven't done anything from that. I added a couple things. Just again, the list is so long that I add something and it may never make it on, right? Because I may have a plan of doing that 10-pound bag, one of those 10-pound bag tracks, and I wake up and then I see Dirty Dyke drops a track unexpectedly, or something from High Focus drops, and I get on that, and then I forget about the other one, and that's kind of what happens, right? So the 10-pound bag trilogy is something. I thought it was just new. I thought it was just something new that he was dropping, or is that something he just added to it? I don't. I haven't spoke to Chester directly. Um, I have talked to him through the channel, like in comments and stuff. Um, he sent it's one of the videos, one of my older videos of his that I did, and he asked me to give it a listen to see if how I'd break it down. It's actually, I mean, it's nice to hear from these guys, like to see. Jam Baxter went live on Instagram about a week ago, and like he said, they called me out on the stream and basically said, here's a guy that actually gets what I'm trying to say. He better than anybody else. He understands my lyrics. So to hear Jam Baxter say that was so dope, man. To hear that come from Jam, and telling people, like, if you haven't gone to his channel, go to his channel. He's got a bunch of great stuff on there of other artists. So to hear that, man. And Chester said something similar, where it's like the time that I take to actually listen to the music rather than just play it and move on to the next thing, and try to understand that there's, I mean, not every track, right? Not every track is going to have a million different things going on in the background, but some tracks, they really are meant to be played a bunch of times and listen and dissect it, because there's a lot deeper meaning to it. Now sometimes I feel like Jam is so obscure that it just melts my brain sometimes. Like it really I can feel it short circuiting trying to piece it together. But okay, Lewis Slippers did the first three. I see. Okay. I'll have to do and speaking of, sorry, I'm gonna go back to that Dragon Never Hides Its Wings track. I think he may have responded in the comments of that video, if I'm not mistaken. And I know sometimes he comes in under different accounts as well, so it's not always under his record company that he responds. So sometimes it's not as obvious that it's him as well. Yeah, like Josh was saying, not everything requires that, right? I mean, there's some tracks like that are just about, kind of running through a wall type of track, right? The track you put on when you're warming up for a basketball game or you're working out at the gym. I mean, that's why I have a UK hip hop playlist and I have a gym playlist that's all UK hip hop, but it's not the same thing, right? Because as much as Verb T's my boy, I mean, dad of the Four Owls, and introspective, and I love everything he does. That's not the music I'm going to put on and listen to as I'm lifting weights, right? The two don't mix that way. So, and the same thing with breaking it down. Some tracks, just like, you got to listen to it, make some comments, talk about the beat, talk about the style, the flow, stuff like that, and then sometimes a bar is just a bar, man. Horses for courses, as we say. Yeah. You saying, Chester? Are you saying you had Chester's credit card, like his actual physical credit card, or is that something? Is that a song he did? A credit card? I don't know. He had his actual credit card. Oh shit! How did that happen? Thanks, Yoda. Oh, shit. I didn't know you did that type of work, man. I thought you were just lifted weights and got all swole and shit. It's funny because when I first started talking to you, I had no idea who you were, obviously, and then you started following me on Instagram, and I followed you back, and then I see a picture of you in your backyard, this benching. The dude is just jacked, and I was like, "That's not who I thought. That is not who I thought he was." And hey, and for you to be an IT manager, I gotta tell you, a lot of the IT managers that I'm around aren't jacked like that, man. sometimes like Big Bang Theory is a little bit too far out there for but some mostly like that. Does anyone know? Has anyone seen anything about? Has anyone seen anything about whether or not it's going to be May or April for the High Focus party, or is it a little bit too early for that? I don't know if I missed something on Instagram or whatever, but I wanted to be there. I wanted to be there for the Christmas one, but I kind of had to balance whether or not I go then or go in for the 13th birthday party. And also it being like right near Christmas. I got COVID the last time I went to the UK. Both me and Jake were just fucking sick, man. We were so sick. And it's funny because we're on the tube. It was Tuesday and it was rush hour. And every time we were on the tube, there was like hardly anybody on it. And then it was rush hour and people are just pouring. We're in London and people are just pouring into that. And it was hot and there was like no airflow and like people were like this close to your face. There was like only people you saw wearing masks were people pulling suitcases, and it's like we're like face to face with people fucking breathing on you and shit. And I'm looking over at Jake, and then Jake looks over to me and is like, "We're so getting COVID." Oh man. And we did, man. We woke up that Friday, man. It was rough. It was rough. When I went from Manchester to Iceland, it got increasingly worse, and I couldn't stop coughing in Iceland. And when I got home in Toronto, my undershirt was just soaked. Like you could wring that out, man. And I couldn't talk. I called Vanessa, my wife, my girlfriend at the time, fiance at the time. And she didn't, if my number hadn't come up, she wouldn't have known it was me. I couldn't, my ears were plugged. My throat was like swollen and gross. She couldn't understand it was me. She's like, just get home, man. So I had to drive like an hour and a half to get home. And the next day I woke up and I felt fine. But I had to quarantine because of those rules. They follow your phone and shit, man. So I quarantined. I quarantined for that 14, or it was I think it was only 4 days at that point. You had to quarantine. So, but yeah, man, I was so sick for that one day. And poor Jake, he was dealing with some other shit too at the exact same time. That poor bastard. he still tried to drive me to the airport, and I'm like, dude, just go back to bed. You're not going to the airport. That's for fucking sure. But hey, man, thanks, bro. Yeah, Josh was saying London has a population density out the wazoo. Yeah, man. I'd love to see more tremendous reactions. Yeah, she just dropped some new stuff, right? That was like quick on the heels of her last album, man. She dropped some shit. So I'm going to have to get around to that. Would you react to El Camino by 5'7" Dane Floyd? I haven't heard that name before. So I'm not too sure if that's... Yeah, man. Also, yeah, the Lab 79 track with Mendoza. Managing Mendoza. I definitely got to get on that track, man. I added that to the list for sure. Yo, man, I'm a big fan of Tremendous. I dig her like big time, man. Um, but yeah, she's amazing. I keep hearing that I got to do Little Sims, um, but as far as I know, she's a little bit more. She's more on the grime side of it. And maybe I'm wrong. Um, Maybe I should do some Sims. If you guys think I should, then I will. But the Ocean Wisdom's first fire in the booth. Yeah, man, I should. I do need to do some more Fire Fridays because I got a bunch of shit saved on that as well. That I want to do another Fire Friday because those are fun, man. That's kind of how for those that didn't hear me talk about the coffee with dad stuff. Um, that's kind of how I picture that. Like the Fire Fridays where like, there's not a whole lot of breaking down, man. It's just watching these cats do what they do and appreciating it and stopping it now and then and maybe breaking down a bar or two, but just really enjoying the art of them just going bonkers for that 4 minutes. And that's kind of how I pictured that coffee with dad thing where it's just like, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time breaking the bars down or whatever, man. It's just going to be enjoying the music with you guys. So that might be something I think might work. And now that I've got the technology figured out, man, because part of the part of the things that a reason why I haven't done a live for a while is because I had OBS. I usually use my work laptop, and they took OBS off. And trying to do a stream without OBS is like, there's probably ways of doing it, but it's difficult. So now that I went and got my own Mac and have OBS set up and have it set up to my levels and stuff, it makes doing the live so much easier. So doing those coffee with dad might be a good time to do that, man. Just enjoying some music with you cats. Managers want to know where his Universal Soldier's reaction is. Shit, man, I don't remember. I don't even know if I gotta write that down. Because maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed that shit. I'll get that rectified, man. I'll get that rectified. I did. I wrote it down. I'll get to it soon, man. I'll get to it soon for sure. So who is this? Who is this Dane Floyd guy? Is it UK hip hop or is it grime? Is it American? I don't know. Probably be wrapping up here in a couple minutes, guys, because I do have an appointment at 4 my time. So otherwise, my wife's going to come. The Canadian mom's going to come down and drag my ass out by my ear. If I don't. Thanks, bro. Thanks for all the birthday wishes in case I missed anybody. And I know everyone's probably going to ask it. They're not asking it though. Hey, man, do you have any extra possessed stuff hanging around that you're gonna bless us with? I mean, we all want it, man. We all want that shit. Thanks, Yoda. It was great. I mean, I love catching up with you cats, man. This is so much fun. How do I put Manage on the spot? Figure I'll do it. All you guys can back me up on that. I need some more stuff from Manage and Skirms and Rain as well, man. Nothing, eh? Oh well. You gotta come with some more stuff with Skirms and Rain, man. That stuff's hot, man. That's good shit. Another thing, actually, Jester asked about this a while back. Mentioned something about even doing something where we can get a few people together, just do like a Zoom call and just shoot some shit, man. Not for the channel, just get some cats together and just have a little night of just chatting around and shooting the shit, maybe having a couple brews or something. I think that'd be fun to do, man. Yeah, man. Okay, I'll write the cat down. I'll give it a look. If he's right for the channel, then I can't see why he wouldn't be on. But you gotta do what's right for the people. Gotta do what's right for the people. Because without you cats, man, there'd be no me. Like I always say, you make it. You make this worth my while, man. And I mean, I'd listen to the music even if I didn't do this. But yeah, man, I'm thankful for you guys, and I truly do love each and every one of y'all, man, for welcoming me in to your community and creating one for ourselves. I'm blessed. I truly do feel like I'm blessed to do this, and the love that I continue to be shown by the artists as well. It does mean the world to me, man. It truly does. It makes this, it makes it worth it, and that's why I do it for no other reason, man. Is I do it for you cats, and I do it for the love of the music, and I do it for the people, the artists themselves, because every artist I've met have been remarkable in every sense of that word, man. Remarkable people. So I haven't run into anybody who has been like, they have time for me when they need me, but they don't have time for me when they don't. I haven't met anybody like that. And I've met far too many people in real life like that. Yeah, man. So like I said, 3:31 now my time. Got a place to be at 4, and I can hear Vanessa walking around above me. So I'm gonna sign off, guys. I appreciate you guys coming and being part of it and joining me again. This was so much fun. It will not be a long time between. I mean, it's been like over a year since we've done a live. It won't be that long, I promise. And I love each and every one of y'all, man. And until next time, stay safe and be good to each other. Talk to you soon.